Good morning. This is the Kiali Sprint 87 community meeting. We're going to briefly go over Kiali 1.65 release. Today's date is March 10th. The 1.65 release will be going out in a few days on Monday. So again, the agenda is the typical summary of the sprint. Then we'll go over some brief highlights and then a quick preview of the next sprint. Doesn't look like anybody is on the call right now, so I don't think there will be a community discussion unless people show up late, but usually that is typically off the record community discussion for people that want to come in and just discuss things Kiali related. So the Sprint 87, most of the work has been done in the Kiali repository, which is the typical, that's where our server backend and GUI front-end work is done. We've had some work done in the operator, but most of the work is done server-side and UI. So this is going to be a brief one-slide presentation on the notable changes coming in 1.65. I think the main theme is bug fixes this sprint. We fix the UI crash when the user navigates to service information. We've had a couple people find this bug. We did release it and it will be fixed in this next release. We fixed a bug in the operator that has to do with running on Kubernetes 1.26 and up, and it has to do with the deprecation and obsolescence of the horizontal pod scaler stuff. v2 beta 2 API is now gone. We had to fix some stuff in the operator, so it is aware that not to expect v2 beta 2 in certain clusters. We did more work on the gateway API. This has been an ongoing amount of work we've been doing. We've been introducing gateway API features. We're continuing to add more gateway API support in Kiali. We fixed a bug in the workload envoy tab. When you go to a workload and you look in the envoy config, there was some problems with the visualization that we had to fix. We now log the version of Go at the beginning of the Kiali logs. This is mainly to allow people to know what version of Go Kiali was built on. This allows people to confirm whether certain Go CVE fixes have been compiled into the Kiali executable. It just allows us to know what version of Go that we're running. And finally, the graph generator was hardened to avoid certain panics. I think we've noticed that under certain conditions, some telemetry data is missing that Kiali was expecting. We've actually hardened this, so we will be able to ignore and not panic when certain things in telemetry are missing. So that was the Sprint 87, what we did in Sprint 87, the Sprint 88 preview. Currently, we're still working on multi-cluster. That's one of the big pushes that the Kiali team is working on, getting multi-cluster support in a future version of Kiali. We're also doing some OpenShift console work. There is going to be some push to get, rather than have a standalone Kiali application, we're looking to create an OpenShift console plugin. So Kiali will appear a little more seamless in the OpenShift console. That's another major piece of work that we're looking to do. You'll see also here in this epics that we are going to start investigating Istio Ambient now that Ambient is getting ready to be released, I believe, in Istio 1.18. We want to make sure that at least we don't break when Istio Ambient is in use, but we also want to see what kind of features we can add in Kiali to help people who are using Istio Ambient, maybe provide some debugging features or something. We're not sure. That's what we're investigating. So that's it for our sprint meeting. I see Hike, you're on, but I assume there's nothing you want to discuss. But I'm going to turn off the recording now, and then, Mike, if there's anything you want to discuss, we can do that.